Right, today we're just going to do a quick Lightroom tutorial about how I actually get the grade, just going down through the tabs with this model I shot recently, and it's just going to be a quick overhaul of just to get it balanced and get it obviously a bit punchy, ready for the export, and then you can obviously leave it like that, or you can take it to Photoshop and you can do like other little bits and tweaks. Okay, so we'll get straight into it. So as you can see here, we've got Catherine, did a shoot, natural light, obviously a lot of contrast. We had like a lot of natural light over this side here, so it's great. It's exposed well, got plenty of detail, just got a bit of drop off there, but yeah, really good. As you can see, we shot this at 1000 ISO, 45mm, which is 35mm in full frame, f2.8 and 250th of a second. The 2.8 I would have gone more like to the, to like 5.6 to get more in focus, but again, it's all about what it's going to be used for. Does everything need to be tack sharp? Not really. So with this then, the first thing we do is go into the profile. So I just choose previous standard. You can choose whatever you want. Obviously it gives you like just slight variations, but previous standard's like the best one I find. So just start with the temp. So we're just going to work down. So I think I want that a bit warmer. The exposure's fine. Take the highlights down just a touch. Shadows up. And the black's just up, white slightly down. So as you can see straight away, we've got sort of a natural colour now. It doesn't look so cold. So from that, go down, don't touch any of the saturation. The adjustment here on the curves, say, so with all these, what we're doing here, they've all got to be the same, roughly, which is actually very hard to do. When you get like, when you use presets and things, they're normally obviously bang on with the curves. They look absolutely identical, so we're just about there with that. That's fine. So it's just to give a bit more punch, a bit more contrast. So go down. So with this, so this is just shifting the colours slightly, the hue of the colour. So obviously we don't need these because they're actually not in there at all. So we're just shifting the red over to the orange, orange back over to the red or more orange, and then the yellow just slightly over. Saturation, probably tone it down a bit on the reds, oranges, just a bit, because we want it more neutral looking, to be honest. We don't want it too saturated. The whole vibe of this shoot, what she's wearing, how she's looking and everything. If we were doing like a bikini shot outside and it was sunny and stuff, saturated bright would work. In here, if it's too saturated, it looks too far gone. So in the HSL, go down to luminance, just raise the red slightly in the orange, which will just actually even out her skin a bit more. Not that her skin's bad or anything, but it will just, obviously if we go the other way, it just makes it look quite bad. So it's just sometimes if you've just got a bit too much orange, you can just raise the luminance just to balance it a bit. Don't need to mess around with these at all. And to be honest, I very rarely use these, only if there's like a slight colour cast and you can sort of like offset it. Sharpening is always, I use it on both cameras, 40 radius and then detail, and that's it, and that will give you enough. If you have it set to 0, you can can see, this is blurred. And as far as I'm concerned, this is tack sharp. So just to bring everything up, and there you go. So it's worth doing that. And obviously we shot at ISO 1000, but you can't really see any loss there. Don't need to mess about with anything else. Also, pet hate of mine is people who do this. Don't do that. Do not put vignettes on. If you want it dark around the edges, block the light. Right, and then the final piece is this. So this obviously just changes the range of the hue and saturation. So we're just balancing this out. There's a bit of magenta in the white shirt, so just bring that back in the shadows. I think, in actual fact, just there we go. I mean, you know, we're sort of splitting hairs here. So we'll just go back then. Raise the shadows now. And I think we're just about done. Actually, I'll just raise the exposure, drop the shadows a bit. And I'd say we're done. Let's just get this back to here. So there we go. And it's straightforward, just like that, you're done. Don't need any more, any less. And then you can obviously take it, do your tweaks in Photoshop if need be, but I think that's it. And then if you save that as a profile, you can just slap that onto everything. So that's it, really straightforward. Just do those quick, you know, just like burn through the tabs, just adjust them. I'll start from the top, go to the bottom, go back up to the top just to go over the highlights and shadows, and you're done. Simple as that. I will see you next time.